actually do it or not. I've given up trying to.
It's not notifying you.
We'll see. We'll see what happens here.
YouTube yet. Oh, hold on. There we go.
No, well, that didn't really nice. All right, it works. All right, it is. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Is that YouTube?
Yep.
I gotta pull up the chat because I'm still not sure. I'm a terrible YouTuber. You know why? I thought I had all my stuff just jazzed up, but I do not. All right, welcome. Well, I was gonna say that until Chappie over there. Welcome everybody once again to After Dark, right here on the After Dark YouTube channel and on Facebook. Appreciate you guys tuning in. This is our Hall of Fame edition of After Dark.
After Dark.
That's right. As you see the plaques right there, the Hall of Fame plaques we got earlier this evening. The dog is not part of the Hall of Fame show, even though he would very much like to be. He's just in there barking at a door for no reason. That's what he does.
That's what he does.
Smalls! So you'll hear that a lot tonight, probably.
Yeah, because I'm not going to keep up and down with him.
So he's either going to have to quit or he's going to have to go away. That dog. Lay right down there, buddy. Look, here. I'm going to reward you for bad behavior. So you'll hear that a lot tonight. You have popcorn.
Yeah, because I'm not.
That's what we're doing. Anyway, glad you guys could be here with us tonight. As we talk about the Hall of Fame today.
Do we get?
Pardon me. I
You're
turned it
not
off.
even watching. You're watching reels. You should be partaking.
I'm
in
not
shit.
watching those. That's a commercial. I was trying to see if it was on Facebook. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I was,
Busted.
but it's not.
Busted.
No, it ain't on Facebook.
And it should be because I'm streaming it to Facebook too. I don't know how it does that crap.
Where's Alan at?
Who cares?
APW.
Oh, is that tonight?
Uh-huh.
We need to get booked on June 27th, I think.
June 27th.
Yeah, they're in West Memphis. We need to get booked on that show. I got people that want to come watch us wrestle
Oh, really?
that live over there.
Yep, Ricky Kennedy.
I'll talk
That's
to Ricky.
That's his buddy.
Huh?
That's Ricky's buddy right there.
I will talk to Ricky about it.
I will remind him to talk to Ricky about it.
Yeah. Did you get the message I sent you yesterday?
Probably.
You still didn't contact JPJ.
I did not, and I'm sorry.
And actually, Casey said something about it
Thanks,
today to
man.
you.
I appreciate it. That was a cool video, by the way. You ever seen the flying cars in Alaska?
No.
Dude, you need to check it out.
The flying
If we were
cars.
going to take a trip, like we were going to take a vacation to Alaska, that would be the time. It's 4th of July that weekend. They have it around that weekend. And what they do is they take all these beat up cars, right? And they run them off this hill. Whew.
I think
You
I
crash
have.
'em.
I think I have seen that. Yeah.
That is so cool. They had one done like the Fall Guy. They had his car out there. They had the Barbie mobile, her car. Oh my God, they had several that were just cool looking vehicles. So you'd have to, they put them on a rail. They get them up and off the cliff they go, and down below where everybody's down there waiting to see them fall, come down the crash. I mean, there are thousands of people at this thing. It's a massive party.
What is it about? It's just a party.
And that's it. That's it.
Yeah, we have parties all the time.
Not like that one. Not where you're crashing cars off a cliff.
Well, if we go. What is it? Alaska.
Alaska.
You know, I got a friend that lives in Alaska.
I did not know that.
JT West.
Did not know that.
Yes, you do.
Do
you
I?
know? You know JT.
I know that.
He was the referee for Tiger back in the day when you was.
That was a long time ago. You're asking me to remember like decades. I was asking a lot. That's a long time. I love the fact they were talking about Tiger in the back line.
What did it say about? He piece of shit.
Yeah. Cheap ass man.
Cheap ass.
Pay him $5 and put $2 in a popcorn bag, make them go dig down there and get their own $2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems like something he would do too.
Yeah. He did. He used to do that. He gave you a bag of popcorn with your money in it.
Can I ask him the question I asked you in the car?
Sure, I don't remember what it is, but yeah.
About Johnny.
You trying to think what she asked you?
No, I know what she's about to ask you.
Okay, then just tell me don't ask him.
Well, now everybody's heard you
Yeah.
make the question.
Yeah.
Should I ask a possibly sensitive question out here in front of God and everybody? Oh, y'all not curious?
Are y'all curious? Are you curious?
You're all saying now.
Right, exactly. Troublemaker.
Are you a troublemaker?
Yes, yes.
You said
I'm not.
You
She
see it
knew
in her
this
eyes.
was going to be a thing. That's why she's asking it on live.
I didn't even think about it, to be honest with
Mm-hmm.
you.
You should have asked me before we went live. Go ahead.
No,
Might as well.
no, he'd rather me not.
I would rather her not.
Okay. All right. Well, then you can ask me later
All right.
if you remember.
Sorry, everyone.
And it's not like it's a bad question, but it has the potential
Somebody might take it as bad.
to be a very
Nobody cares about
controversial.
Johnny Morton.
Hmm?
Nobody cares about Johnny Morton. That's old news.
Well, I get that, but you know,
Yeah, all right. It's good.
still. So we were at the Hall of Fame tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about it?
I enjoyed it because of all the people we got to see.
Me too. That was-
That's the part I enjoyed.
I did
Going
too.
out there and getting my award and talking to the deadbeat crowd. No, I didn't. Those rednecks.
Yeah, I enjoyed it all. It was fun. I thought it was very, very cool that they went out of their way to make these plaques, right? To put us in it and all these other guys that they put in this year. And, you know, fed everybody and some other things that they did for the guys back then that they didn't have to do. And we didn't have to wrestle, so it's not like we had to put our bodies on the line.
Yeah,
tonight.
we didn't wrestle. We all we did was show up, get an award,
Say a few things.
yeah, say a few things.
Got
and-
to hang out with
Got to hang-
the guys
yeah.
that some of them we hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah.
That was cool catching up with everybody.
Which I could have said a lot more about them guys.
Yep. I mean, there was a lot we could have said and talked
Mm-hmm.
about and stuff,
So-
but it was fun being in the back talking to
them about that
right,
stuff,
and
yeah.
joking about the past
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just having a good time.
I remember.
That was such a great part of the night.
We sat over there with V-Man and
Yeah.
Brandon and see.
B was one of the first guys of all those guys. B's one of the first ones I've ever met in this business.
Mm-hmm.
Was V Man.
Yeah. Well, you know Reno Diamond is Reno Diamond.
Yep.
His real name is Travis.
Yeah.
Okay, so when he was first starting out, he didn't know what he wanted to call himself. He didn't know if he wanted to call himself Reno Diamond, Travis, or use his real name. I said, well, call yourself Beautiful Travis. Like Beautiful Bobby,
Yeah.
Beautiful Travis.
Yeah.
He got so tickled about that. He chose not to do that. He chose to go with Reno Diamond, but he gets tickled every time I call him Beautiful Travis.
Somebody tried to convince me I needed to call myself Pretty Chad Storm. Because my hair was so long and flowing and all that garbage. I'm like, I'm not doing that. First of all,
said that?
I hate my name. I'm not using my government name in any part of what I'm doing. And now that's the very thing that's on my novel, right? This is my government name, like I didn't even use a pseudonym. But, however, that being said, yeah, it was freaking what's his dude, Blackjack.
Blackjack.
We're on our way to Dyersburg. He's like, you know what? I've been thinking about it. And I just gotten the moniker, so they started calling me Big Daddy because it was just Storm, that was it.
Yeah.
And he said, you need to call yourself Pretty Chad Storm. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. I'm not going to do that. That's not good. No, why? Because you're one of them pretty boys with that long hair and the women just love you. I'm like, yeah, still don't care. Not enough for me to change my name to that.
That's like when they was calling me Bootylicious Brody.
Yeah, it's like, wait, what? No. Oh, Bootylicious?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. There's a look. You got.
Because, you know, I was tagging with Sarge and he was Sarge O'Licious.
Oh yeah,
so
that's
they was
right.
calling me Bootylicious
That's right.
Brody.
Yeah, no. I
I'm
can't.
like, no, I'm good. I'm not putting that on no tights.
No, hey, no. Yeah, like some of the things that you're glad never stuck. By the way, Mexican Coke, best Coke in the world. Right there. Made out of real manly sugar. Not that little crap that they put in all the Americanized drinks nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
And all the other preservatives.
This is actually really good Coke. It's one of those Cokes where I don't guzzle just to drink it down, like I sip it.
Because you want it to last.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 'cause it's so
Because
good.
it's got like only six ingredients in it.
Yeah, it doesn't weigh heavy on you either, right? So
Really?
it's just, oh yeah. It is just a.
Have you never tasted it before? Go taste
It's
it.
such a good drink.
No, I won't
You're
taste it.
giving away my Coke, man.
I'll get one. I'll get one that's super. I love my shit super cold.
That's how this is. I've been sitting out here now. It's already warming up.
Yeah.
The only bad thing is you have to wait to top it off.
Oh, the
You have to open it.
yeah,
Those bottles like that.
yeah. Well, I love drinking mine out of the bottles. Always
I do
did.
too.
I prefer the bottles.
It's got a better.
It's like
flavor in it.
when I drink when I drink beer, I prefer it out of the bottle.
Yeah.
I don't like the cans.
Speaking of that, when I was in Louisiana last week.
Oh, you drink some beer
Yes.
because it was so hot.
Mexican beer.
That stuff that
Well, it was
that stuff that
we had cervezas. That's what we had, cervezas.
Was it
That's
Dos
what I had.
Equis?
I don't know what the hell it was.
that stuff that Bullwhip brought was pretty
I
good.
just know it was cerveza. It was good.
That stuff that Bullwhip brought was good. What was that?
Dos Equis?
Yeah,
Dos
he
Equis?
brought Dos Equis, yeah.
Dos Equis.
But I don't like beer, so I drink. I tried to drink it all, but after if it's not super ice cold, I can't drink any of it.
When I'm super hot, like a hot summer day when I was working outside, that's the only thing that would quench my thirst was an ice cold beer.
Well, that's what we had because it was hotter than hell out there.
I'd drink that
Turn the
beer,
bars down.
and then I'd go home and drink me some
Yeah.
pickle juice and eat me some boiled eggs with salt. Yeah.
I have not watched that yet, but I'm going to, Zen.
What's that?
He says, I know you got a copyright warning for that boxing video I requested, but have you watched that Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz Jr. mini movie? I have not watched that yet, but I definitely will. Because you gotta be freaking YouTube, man. Like when I react to certain things, I mean, they will copyright strike you and copyright violate you so fast for stuff that doesn't even make sense. Like I got a copyright warning on one. It was when soccer stadium caught fire.
Mm-hmm.
And this was back in 1985, I think it was. And anyway,
Is that was something you was talking about on your After Dark thing?
yeah, I think I did talk about that. But still, the whole point being like, come on, man. Let's they're real particular on stuff that they do. So anyway, but no, I had a good time tonight at the Hall of Fame. It was fun.
Your boy Tiger's sick.
Oh,
He's sick. He's in the bed.
like we're kind of sick.
Got a cold. Can't stop coughing.
Damn.
You better
He
go
done.
get that shit checked.
He about coughed up a lung last night.
Oh, tired.
Man, we went to that Queen.
Tribute band thing?
Yeah, there at Gold Strike. That was good.
Was it?
Oh, yeah, it was good. It was good. He was telling stories because he said that he met Freddie's husband, and he was telling him stories about Freddie. Said that when you watching the Bohemian Rhapsody movie,
I've never seen it.
you haven't seen it. Well, you remember the Live Aid concert
Yeah.
that they did that was so damn good. He said that when the night before that Freddie was having anxiety about it. He was like, I can't effing do it. So he got up and they went to a bar and they was partying, so he forget about it. And they both passed out on the couch there at wherever place it was. So it was like 11 o'clock the next day before they got up, and they were supposed to be there at 12.
Oh, jeez.
So he had an hour to get there, and he was all the way somewhere. It was like really far away, and there was like having soccer games. And they
Yeah.
had like 4 soccer games going on in between them and Wembley Stadium. Said that you could only catch a cab from one field to the other, and you have to catch another cab. And then when they got to the other one, they couldn't get a cab. So I think his name was Jim. Jim decided that they would hitchhike.
Yeah.
And some guy picked them up and took them. And they barely got there. They got there like 20 minutes to spare, I think it was.
Oh, jeez.
And so everybody's freaking out, thinking he's not coming and stuff. And so, because he scared them so bad, when he showed up, Brian Mays went over and punched him. So him and Brian got into a fight. They were rolling around on the ground, Freddie and
Yeah.
Brian. And then Roger went over and punched Jim because he thought it was his fault that Freddie was late. You know?
Yeah.
So they're fighting before they ever get out there. And so then he told them, y'all got to go up next. So he goes up and they go out there, and he says, if you'll look back at the Live Aid thing, you can see where he doesn't look at them when they go out.
Yeah.
He doesn't look at them, and so he's pissed at them. And then the outfit that he had on with the little band on.
Yeah.
If you'll look, his partner has the same outfit on, but that's from the night before because he was still in the same outfit that he had on at the bar because he just woke up on the couch.
Oh, jeez.
So,
Damn.
Okay, that's wild.
yep. So
That's an interesting story.
yeah, I mean, during the night he told interesting stories about Freddie Mercury and Queen, some of the other stuff. But I thought that story was really good because of the fact that they killed it. You know, you're fighting, just minutes before you go out on stage, but you go out there and kill it. You killing it. They
Yeah.
actually,
Just for once, I wish they would show that actual real stuff in a documentary instead of glossing over it.
yeah. And there was something else that didn't happen. Oh, yeah, because they tried to make out like he went to his mom's house before him. He didn't. They didn't go. They went to the bar. That's what it was.
See, that to me is it's like with the Elvis movie. This is the problem with being an Elvis fan. Mm-hmm. Like I tried to watch that movie again now. I loved it the first time I saw it just because it was a great interpretation.
Was the one I saw with you?
Yes, but it is just so far off
Far off.
of what actually occurred.
It's like that concert that was supposedly they had in Memphis, where he got arrested or whatever. Was supposed to have gotten arrested.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't supposed to. Shake
Yeah,
his
which
leg.
never, that
But I remember him
incident happened in
getting
Florida.
on.
The finger incident happened in Florida.
Yeah.
It didn't happen in Memphis.
Right.
As a matter of
Right.
fact, his song "Looking for Trouble" hadn't even come out yet when he gave that concert because that was in King Creole. Mm-hmm. So that hadn't even come out yet.
Right.
And I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, I understand what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
They're just trying to tell the story because you couldn't really tell his life and do it in 2.5 hours.
Have you watched that documentary of his about him on of the '68 comeback
Oh,
thing
yeah.
on Netflix? The one
Yeah.
that they did on Netflix. You watched it?
Yeah, it's pretty
About
good.
how nervous he was, and you see where he got out there on stage and he screwed up or something other, and
Yeah,
he was just standing out there and he was like, "Come on, guys,
Let's go.
it's taking a little too long."
Yeah, it was good. I mean, but you figured you've been out of the spotlight live for 10 years. I mean, that's a long time when that's how you built your career. And then you're stuck doing the trash movies.
Yep.
Now, look, the first few movies I loved. I mean, I liked a lot of them.
Well,
What
But
was
then
his
in
first
by the
movie?
mid-'60s, they all just became garbage.
Jailhouse Rock was good.
I loved Jailhouse Rock. I loved King Creole. I loved Kid Galahad was good.
Yeah. The one.
Loving You was good. His first real color one, I think, because that happened after.
What's the
Love Me
one with
Tender,
where he was a cowboy?
You had Charo.
Yeah.
Where he didn't sing at all. That was
Right.
the one he didn't sing in at all. Was Charo.
They
What
never
was his
gave
very
him.
first movie?
Love Me
Jail.
Tender.
Was it? I thought it was Jailhouse Rock.
It was Love Me Tender because they changed the name of the movie because it's supposed to be called the Reno Brothers, but they changed the name of the movie because he had Love Me Tender was coming out, and so they put the song in the.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know that Colonel Parker had made him go record a bunch of shit before he went overseas
Oh
for
yeah,
his tour,
yeah,
so that they kept him relevant here in the States.
sure did. Yeah, he recorded a lot of music before he went over to Germany.
Man, he's got so many damn recordings of stuff that we probably still haven't heard
I
yet.
still find new stuff that I'm like, how did I not even know this was an actual thing?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's he's even done a lot of outtakes that have never been released yet.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a ton of stuff out there, which is crazy because you I'd like to know what some of that was because it's so cool.
Well, Jerry Reed.
Yeah,
You heard the story about Jerry Reed
Yep.
where he wanted to do a song of his,
Small.
and they wanted, whenever Elvis would do something, he wanted rights to it or
Well,
whatever.
Colonel Parker wanted all the rights.
Right.
Elvis didn't give a crap. either
Yeah,
way.
and
He
Elvis
just
told him
wanted
to. Elvis said, "Leave boy alone. Let's just do it."
Yep. Just the same way with Dolly Parton. He wanted to record "I Always Love You," but she wouldn't give up the rights to Colonel.
Oh,
Well, she was right for that because that.
Yeah,
that
she shouldn't have.
that-
That was her meal ticket right there.
yeah,
That
because
launched
when
her.
she did, because when Whitney did it, she made millions off of
Oh
that.
my God, she made so much money.
She's got so much money now, it's unreal.
oh, where are you?
At least I'm glad I'm not the
I
only
love
one.
Dolly.
Yeah,
I love Dolly.
she's single now.
How did you
terrible.
get in here?
Did you say that was terrible
Oh.
Yeah.
for me to say
you
that?
got- I was
Why?
like, where'd you go?
No, her husband just died.
I know, but she's single now.
I get that, but you don't think Dolly cares.
About
Dolly
that
on
van.
plastic.
You see her in that Dallas Cowboy?
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Okay then.
She's about 20 years too late for it, but still was hot in the Dallas Cowboy outfit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know. Oh, Dolly, 'cause I still love 9 to 5 Dolly.
Oh yeah.
But Best Little Whorehouse in Texas Dolly
Oh
would be my favorite.
yeah.
That made me- her and Burt Reynolds in there singing that
Uh-huh.
song. I was like, okay, because I showed that to her the other night.
I've seen that movie.
You have?
Yes.
What?
I've actually
It
seen
was
it.
actually a movie you've seen. Okay, I'm proud of you. I am.
That was a damn good movie.
Little
was.
whorehouse in Texas.
Uh-huh.
It was
Yeah.
hilarious. It was great.
It was good.
All those. Yeah. What was his
Dom
name?
DeLuise is so freaking funny.
In Cannonball Run.
In all of it.
Yeah.
You know, he was great in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas as a Melvin P. Thorpe. Texas has a whorehouse in it. That's such a great song.
Who was the guy that was dancing around in the?
Get this shit.
Because he played in. Evening Shade with him. No, it's funny how Burt used a bunch of people that he knew in a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of his in all this stuff.
That's how he got comfortable with all those guys,
Yeah.
right? You get comfortable with them, which is pretty
Stuff's
cool.
addicting.
Like Ned Beatty, he was in a lot of Burt's movies. Like he was in White Lightning.
What Deliverance?
And,
you know they met on Deliverance, I believe, is where they
yeah.
met at. Well, that was a crazy movie. That's still a great movie, but that Pig Suey part, a little tough, a little tough to watch.
Squeal for me,
My uncle's favorite Elvis song was "Are You Lonesome Tonight?" The Laughing. Oh yeah, you ever heard the laughing version of that? That's great. That is pretty
I
cool.
love Moody Blues. Moody Blues is good.
Yeah, Moody Blues is good. My favorite one might be it's either Bridge Over Troubled Water because he absolutely crushed that song. Or
I love Welcome to My World.
Yeah. On the Poke Salad, ain't he? Suspicious Minds.
Burning Love.
Never tell you about the time I rewrote Suspicious Minds?
Yeah, you sang it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sang it.
That's right.
Before. You sang it on Facebook.
I need to bring that back out of the show one day.
You did.
Have you seen the woman's version to Shaggy's It Wasn't Me? You haven't seen that?
You've sang that at a show since we've been together.
Have I?
Yeah, I just don't remember where.
No,
But
so
you
I'm
have.
gonna tell you.
I think I saved that shit. I know I shared it, so it's got to be on mine.
Oh, will you grab me a copy of the book, please?
I'm gonna rinse my hands off. I don't wanna get butter
Oh,
all
did you
over.
see that I went and...
Yeah, In the Ghetto's so good too.
All right, here we go.
Don't be stupid, bitch, I caught you red-handed, creeping with the gun.
Shaggy, it wasn't me from the girlfriend's perspective.
Don't be stupid, bitch, I caught you red-handed, creeping with the girl next door. First of all, you were both butt naked, I don't wanna touch that floor. Does it not mean shit that you had given me an extra key? All this time, I thought we had something, I guess the joke's on me. How you gonna stand there acting like you're innocent? Girl, you ain't that slick, I saw the proof, it's evident. Told me I was different, said you never felt this way. How could I be so stupid? Did you make her feel the same? I overlooked that breath and dingy sheets. Even let it slide that you got that tiny ween.
I don't think I've ever heard that song. So
So
her version's already better than the original. I mean, she does a great job at it.
You ever heard Shaggy's It Wasn't Me?
Look, I've heard one Shaggy
Babe,
song,
you know I forgot to,
and that's it. No, I've heard 2 Shaggy songs. 2 Shaggy songs. That's it. But, guys, just so you know, Hell County is out now. Get it on Amazon.
I meant to bring
Right here. This is the paperback version. It's also out in hardback
I went to.
and in ebook form. Get it now. She does a great job at it. This is great. It's awesome. Well, at least I might be a little modest. But
I
what a
forgot
great
to bring my
book.
book.
Oh my goodness! I got
That's
grease
why
papers all
I
over.
went.
I guess I'm keeping that version. Oops.
Yep, you're gonna have to.
Or I could auction as a special Butterfinger version. Okay.
Yeah, if somebody wants your fingerprints, they can have them now.
They can have them now. Damn it. Oops.
That's,
Oh, well.
I just said that. Let me go rinse my hands off so I.
And you did good. And I appreciate it. But now I'm out on that. Oh well. Oops.
Is what it is.
It is. That's right. Look, Mac Davis is Hard to Be Humble. It was a great song. I love that song.
Yeah.
It is such a good song. It's the best ego song in the world.
We haven't done karaoke on here in a long
We have
time.
not done karaoke
No,
on
we
here in a while. We're gonna have to do that one night. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I
love that
can't
song.
wait to look in the mirror. Oh, I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. Such a great song.
Yeah, Mac Davis was a lot of people don't know that he wrote a lot of Elvis's songs.
Oh, he did. One of the ways he made his name too, and then started doing his own material and realized, oh, I can do this.
Well, it's like Brooks and Dunn. You know, they used to be writers.
Alan Jackson, the same way. He used to write a lot of stuff. That's right, people. We know stuff. Don't
know a
let the
little bit.
caveman type looks fool you. We know things.
Yeah, we just, dumb wrestlers that don't know nothing.
Yeah. That's been the weirdest thing about that damn book.
What, the fact that you wrote a book?
Yeah. People are like, you wrote a book? I'm like, dude, I know words. I can write sentences. This ain't that damn difficult.
He only had 14-year writer's block, though.
I know.
I did. And in 3 months, I doubled the output of the first 13 and a half years.
I know.
That's crazy.
Once you got into Bluff City's writing and you doing Crossroads and stuff,
Well,
it brought you out of that.
And I was sitting there one night, I was like, I've got to get this done. Because every time I go to Toby, right, Miss Kathy will always say, well, where are we at on the book? Have you done it? She's been asking me this for 12 years. Because she wrote the original little novella. You know, you read it way back in the day. And I was like, I've got to get to this. I've got to get to this. I'm like, I'm going to sit down and do it. Every time I'd open it up, I'd write maybe 2 or 3 lines, but I'd go back and just fix everything I'd done before. So the first half of the book was pristine. And then when I started writing, I went back and changed so much in the first half of the book. Just because of what I started coming up with in the second half of it, I was like, oh shit, that's actually kind of cool. She'll tell you, I was in here every night,
Yeah.
hours on end.
I had to ask him for movies for me to go watch.
Yeah.
And I'd say, all right,
Yeah.
I'm going to watch a
I'm
movie
gonna watch
now.
a movie. I'm
I'm
like,
going to watch a movie now.
I'm like, okay. You know, that would be my thing. As I'm sitting here trying to write, yeah, it was crazy.
But I'm not listening. I'm not.
It will be,
I'm,
Zen. I'm trying to get it done on Audible. That is a chore, because this book,
I'm not listening to that other one.
on Audible, is 15 and a
The
half
fact
hours
that
long.
come out of your mind, I'm not listening to
Look,
it.
but it's a female's voice who's reading it.
I know, but I know who wrote it.
That should not mean anything.
Talking about nipples and.
Talks about a lot more nipples.
Yeah, I know. I know that. I'm not gonna
It's
say
an
it.
erotic book.
Yeah.
Women love it.
I did not know that was the thing that Celine was sitting there reading that night.
Yeah,
Like,
she sat there and read a passage out of the book.
I know. I
Yeah.
was like, what?
It's
All
very
right.
well done.
Yeah, it's really
I've
good.
gotten high praise for that book.
Yeah.
And the Audible sequel for that book is going to be live any day now. As a matter of
Really?
fact. Yeah. Yeah. You have to forget about the fact that I wrote it. Just be caught up in the woman's voice because that woman, we got to read it. Oh my God.
Yeah, she's good.
Oh, she
She's
brings
good.
you into the story.
Yeah,
Right?
she good. She gets you into it.
Jen came home the other night with them saucy eyes, like, oh, no, maybe you should be reading my books anymore. But it was great, dude. That was funny. But yes, it will be on. It will be on Audible. God, that's a chore right there.
It's almost like you could write a 50 Grades of Shade movie.
50 Shades of Grey. But yeah, I got you. I got you. But that's the thing. So I got book 3 coming out here in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it'll be the 3rd book in that series.
I thought that was on. That's all it was going to be was 3.
It is. It's gonna be a trilogy. Then I'll work on another one. Those suckers are easy to write. I don't know what that says about me as a human being, but those things are easy to write. Like
Well, it's
it took
easy
me
to write for
forever
you,
to
but
write
it's not
this
easy
one.
for everybody to write.
Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. But dude, I put out a young adult novel 2 weeks ago that I'm turning into a trilogy. While I was down there in Louisiana, I had nothing to do. So of course I'm on the computer writing. I put out a short story anthology, horror anthology.
Oh yeah.
5 different short stories, horror short stories. That should be as live as an Audible book. It's called Where the Lights Won't Go. Where the Light Won't Go is the name of the anthology. But it'll be out on Audible here pretty soon. So it's look, it's called The Road Always Calls. That is the one that's on Audible right now. The Road Always
the
Calls.
road always
The
calls.
sequel's The Road to Twilight, and that'll be out soon. Hopefully in the next few days it should be live.
I don't know about that road, but that road was calling her ass.
That road was it.
That road was on her.
So one of
The
my
road wanted her.
one of my early proofers, right? I let them read it and I'm like, all right, listen to it and tell me what you think about it. She said, I love that book, first of all, but I have never read a book to where there was only one person in it. And it just revolved around what was happening with that.
With that one person.
Yeah. So you gotta do things different on some things. I
Yeah.
said, that's the beginning of the story. I needed a great beginning. That book 1 was it's a shorter one, but like book 2's like 3 times as big.
Oh really?
Yeah, and book 3 will be like that way as well. But yeah, oh yeah. Road Always Calls.
Yeah, well, we don't
Road
need no
series.
520 pages of.
We do. That's what the hell county is.
I know. It's 520 pages of.
Yeah. I'm ready for you guys to read it.
I'm gonna read it.
I'm ready for y'all to read it and give me your feedback because it's so different than the first one y'all read, right? From
Yeah.
The first original
Yeah.
little six mini chapter thing. But it's yeah. Just because of who's in it and what it's about. It's because somebody was asking me the other day how I came up with the idea. I'm like, dude, it actually happened because of a wrestling backstory that I was writing for my buddies at the time because I was injured and they didn't have any backstory for their characters. They were psychotic characters and they let me do all the stuff. That's back when, what was that site that, it was almost like a blog site at the time. I can't remember the name of the blog site.
MySpace.
No, it wasn't MySpace, but it was similar to MySpace. It came out after that, but I forget the name of it.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about because it was always blogging.
Yeah.
People were always blogging on.
And you can change all your look of it and everything. And that's when I turned into the doctor's journals, right? About Psycho and Wraith and all that. So, and that's what I was telling. That's where it came from. But it's not wrestling. There's no wrestling in it. It's like
Right.
I took all of that out. It's just
Right.
about the people and the story. And I created a story around the character.
Around the characters.
And I didn't want to put any of the wrestling in there because I felt, and I still feel, that if I'd have made it about wrestling, it would be taken seriously because it'd be like, all right, here's the campy, and that's not what it's supposed to be about, right?
Yeah, no.
Just it's more about what happens in a place like Hill County, Tennessee, that nobody knows about, and it's in the dark, and how do you know if things are real or if you're just freaking crazy? I didn't want the whole town's crazy, and nobody knows it.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe the county. Maybe the whole county is.
and you never know, right? So that's kind of the whole deal. That's how I approach everything. Is what ifs.
I'm in the book.
You are in the book. You are in the book.
I'm a major character.
You are a major character in the book. That is true.
It's hard to be humble when you got your buddy writing stories.
I swear. These other ones y'all might not appreciate as much. Especially because of what I wrote about. Right, dude, I'm writing one right now.
A novel?
Yeah, right now it's just called. It's almost done, actually. It's but I've called it tentatively Midnight Rodeo, but I got to come up with. There's a better name out there. I just have to-
Midnight Rodeo.
Well, yeah, it's just that was the working title when I came up with that outline for it, but it'll be different. So, think about Ghost Riders in the Sky.
Mm-hmm.
That song was the inspiration for it.
Ghost Rider in the Sky.
But imagine there was a Disney movie about, I hate to date myself, about 45 years ago, called Something Wicked This Way Comes, and it was about a circus that would come, a dark.
Oh, I
freak
think I know
show,
what you're talking about.
right? And this is a Disney thing, right? You don't see, I can't find it anywhere. But so with the Evil Ringmaster and all this other stuff, so it gave me the idea. What if there's a rodeo like that came
Well,
out?
you're
to a
saying
whole
it
bunch of-
around your phone, so it'll come up somewhere.
It probably will pick up everywhere on my phone.
It'll come up
It'll be something
because
there,
Big
so-
Brother's listening. If you think Big
Always.
Brother's not listening, you have lost your ever loving
That's right.
mind.
That is very true. But yeah,
Yep.
I need to
All right, I love you too.
come up with new
Bye.
stuff.
I mean, I don't know why you went in there. We could hear you all in
Yeah,
there.
really, it's not like you.
Sorry, my daughter's at Talladega and I could barely hear her in the campground we're at.
Where'd you get that shirt at?
Oh my god, this thing is like 10 years old. So I have no idea.
She don't remember.
That looks like a shirt off of Temu.
No. I mean, they might have one.
It is too
Can I give-
possible.
Can I give this to Sammy? Both.
Yeah,
He's dying in here.
poor puppy. He's just getting his fur back.
I know. This is his face, though. It's his ears and his face is where he's getting it.
I know, and I don't know what is
I don't
happening
either.
here. Pizza Hut, you piece of crap. Black Cauldron was so good. That was good. Black Cauldron was good too. Like they had some animated shows back in the day that were really cool. The Last Unicorn was a great one that I thought was pretty good.
Yep. The guy that drew that Savage Brotherhood thing there is going to get me one.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Any update on the pizza? Because it's been a 5 minutes.
Will you check the front door?
You didn't put contact list, did you?
Well, yeah, because the whole number and everything's on there.
Put some butter on it, too. Pudding.
I could just sit and leave that shit at the front door.
Dude, I got my book
It's in
right.
quality check, yeah.
So you was on the phone with me when I found my book sitting
Yes.
there. They had set my book out, and then it had rained.
Probably. 'Cause you'd hear it all
Thank God that it didn't get my book wet on the inside of my
I
book.
swear, because that would have been.
Because the cover of the book got a little wet. That pissed me off.
So how's it look, the hardback? How's it look? I haven't,
Oh,
seen
dude, it's gorgeous.
I haven't got to see one yet.
Oh yeah, man, it's gorgeous. I love it.
I saw that picture Howard put on there, and I'm waiting on my whole
Where's
order
my
to get in here. But
Bubby, Bubby.
it says I was raised in 1960s and early 70s wrestling at the Olympic Auditorium in L.A. Freddie Blassie and John Tullis were our heroes, and he was.
Here.
People don't know about Freddie Blassie as a wrestler. They know him as a manager, really, from back when
All right, Sammy.
he managed Hulk Hogan at one time. Did you know that?
Yep. And Hulk was running the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Again, good old days.
Back, yeah. They did you see the
Yeah, I agree.
have you
It was
watched
good.
the Dark Side of the Ring about Billy Graham?
No, but I want to. I saw it came out the other day.
Yeah. I watched part of it. I hadn't seen it all yet.
They've got one with hot stuff coming out, right?
Really?
Eddie Gilbert. Yeah,
Oh, I want to see that
I
one.
do too. I really want to see that.
Oh, I want to see that.
I can't wait to hear them tell these stories, and especially tell the story of what happened to him and all that crap that happened there, because I think it's something
'Cause
that a lot of
there's-
people don't know.
Because there's a lot of different stories about that.
There is. Yeah, there's a ton. You're talking about somebody who had the potential to be one of the best of all time. If he hadn't let them demons get a hold of him.
He had a great mind for wrestling.
He did. He was.
I mean, he grew up around it. So
It was like it came natural to him. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the crazy part.
they said that they were talking about Jim Cornette was talking about the Tony Atlas one, but it seemed like he said it seemed like it was more about Tommy Rich than it was Tony Atlas, because you know Tommy and Tony were partners there for a little bit, and they was traveling with each other, and they was talking about the car wrecks and stuff like that. It said that the car rental places wouldn't rent to the
Wrestlers
anymore because of Tommy Rich.
I'm surprised more wrestlers didn't die, to be honest. When you hear some of these stories,
Oh yeah,
I'm like, how did y'all even manage to live through some of this stuff?
the stories about Harley Race, man. I love the stories about Harley Race.
Oh yeah.
He would get a you would have to buy to ride with him. If you were a rookie, you had to sit in the back with the cooler, and you had to make sure that he didn't run out of beer. When his beer got low, you had to give him another beer, and he would be the one driving. And he drove 100 miles an hour wherever he went. Can you imagine being a Harley Race getting pulled over?
Oh no. No.
And then they was telling stories about the Briscoes having midgets in their damn trunk at the damn the toll booths.
Oh Lord.
The pranks that wrestlers pull on each other is great. If you could hear about the pranks,
Oh my God.
oh, it was great back in the days. Yeah.
Try to prank guys now without getting too sensitive and crying and all that stuff.
Yep.
They used to do some hellacious things.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Brittany told me that the guy tried to come back and apologize to her.
But, oh jeez, what was I gonna say? We got a busy little schedule coming up.
I know the next 2 weeks we do.
Yep, we'll be on Tennessee next Saturday night,
Oh yeah, we need to do that
and
interview.
then we will be in Cooter, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cooter.
Oh, it's cooter time.
We-
Cooter time. It's gonna be Cooter time.
It's gonna be Cooter time over
Cooter
in Cooter,
time.
Missouri. I hope it's clean over in Cooterville.
Cooter.
I hope that Cooter's clean.
He hit me in my Cooter.
Yeah, man, my Cooter.
No, y'all too.
I wonder what all them
I
Cooter
like
lights look like over
I
there.
like Kluger.
What do you call them over there? Are they
Cooterites.
Cootervilles?
Cooterville.
Are they Cootervillians? Are they? I mean, what are they?
What do you call them?
Billions.
What do you call the women over there? Hey, Cooter, Cooter. Here, Cooter.
I don't think that's not plural. Though. I don't know how that works over there. I really don't know. It's kind of interesting.
Nah. Mm. I like riding through
You
Cooter.
know what we should do? I got an idea.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
when he looks at me like that and says that shit, I'm like, oh yeah, here we go.
Just
We're about to get in trouble.
No, it's not.
a little trouble.
We're about to get in trouble.
Not major trouble, but it'll be good.
And see, you know that story I was telling about Cross being the one behind most of my mischievousness back in the day?
Yeah.
That's because he would come up to me and he would say, hey, I got this perfect idea.
That's how it always starts.
That's how it starts. I got this perfect idea. I need you to go out. I want you to go out. It's like, you can look it up on you got to go to Google and you go in there and you put in Brody Hawk Burns Raja. And it'll pull it up where I threw the fire on him with his big old halo on his head. But that was that was from Cross. I was like, man, are you serious? You really want me to do that? And he's like, yeah, that'd be great, man. You gonna get some major heat off? Hell yeah, I'm gonna get some major heat off of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Fire and equipment.
I mean, dude's got a halo on his head. His neck's broke, and you want me to throw fire on him? And the thing about it was, he didn't give me a little bitty piece. He gave me a big giant piece, and that was a big ass fucking flame. You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
sheets are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the big flame, you know, and Roger's like thinking it's gonna be just a little bit, you know, because we're telling him it's gonna be a little bitty thing.
All
But
blood, he can't see anything.
yeah,
Blood
it burnt.
powder.
Okay, on those halos, it's got this cotton around here. You know, I
Yeah.
guess to keep from
Do
wearing.
not catch on fire.
Dude, it singed it. Singed that, his beard, and his eyebrows.
So, speaking of that,
Mm-hmm.
you know I did community theater. Mm-hmm. We were doing Wizard of Oz. And, yeah, it was Wizard of Oz. And I was a Scarecrow. And we were sitting there, and everybody was talking about wrestling. Was after the little girl who played Dorothy. She had long, beautiful hair.
Oh shit!
And we were talking about the Scarecrow and catching the Scarecrow on fire, how we do. I'm like, well, this is where my wrestling background comes in. I know exactly what we can do. So one night I brought my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all sitting on stage talking one night. I said, this is all you do. You do this. And I threw that fireball and it popped off her leg and she jumped and it kicked it up on her hair.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
It singed the lower part of her hair. It smelled. Oh my gosh. She
Oh,
was
the smell.
squalling.
The smell.
I felt so bad. It really didn't do anything major, but once you smell it,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
she thought her whole hair was gone. It wasn't.
Yeah.
You just see the ends of it. I had to buy her a cake. And all this other stuff to make up for it. But I was like, oh man, fire can be. You gotta be careful. That stuff is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia wrestling was funny as heck. Saw those 400-pound tag team guys trying to bounce off the ropes and destroy the whole wrestling mat. Dude, so it's funny what you see on the indies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're watching some of the higher grade wrestling on some of the big promotions, I mean, you'll see some guys who you're thinking, oh, okay, he's out here to get his ass kicked. That's what this guy is. He ain't gonna ever do nothing.
Right.
What you see on the indies is a lot of that, except those guys are trying to be the superheroes on the indies, right? And it's hilarious. Some of the things you see. Because some of these guys, all they want to do is rip off the big name guys, right? The Hatchie Warriors.
The Hatchie Warrior.
Hatchie Warriors. Oh my, dude. They try to be the Road Warriors, right? Except they were built. Domino's has arrived, for those of you who wonder why the dogs are so loud right now. Domino's.
It's about to get interesting.
It is about to get interesting. The early warnings, you don't come around my house, buddy, and not us not know about it. Like let that die down. As I've told y'all, this is not a professional operation. This is after dark.
Just two guys having fun.
Just two guys having fun. Bringing everybody else along for the ride. Talking stuff, and the pizza's here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Where would we put it?
And the dogs know, look Sammy's big old head on the other end of the table. Yeah, he just sat down right here.
Some paper towels.
Alright. So, I got,
What is that?
that is stuffed, pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread.
Oh.
I'm like, that could be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be, I don't know. I mean, it looks interesting.
I never had none of that.
We had the bacon jalapeno con. It's good.
That is true.
I don't do jalapenos.
That is good. What else are we talking about? I don't even know.
Hard.
We were talking about the Hatchie brothers,
The Hatchie Warriors.
Hatchie Warriors, trying to be the road
Road
warriors.
Warriors. And that dude snapped his ankle running the ropes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's what made me think of was Zim talked about that right there. Yeah. Drug his foot underneath the rope, so when he came back out, his foot was under the bottom rope, and you know how much force that generates. And his foot was caught on the mat, and it snapped it clean
It's not
into.
good.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Oh, look,
Oh. It just doesn't look like
right there. So,
Ninja gonna
Get
show
me,
me.
boy.
Ninja gonna show me his drink.
Dad, I need
I need another drink.
Come on, Pop. What you doing?
Mine's empty too.
Mine ain't.
I like some. Mine's not even close. I'm burning out the rim.
But you're the bartender.
Mine's over half.
You're the bartender once the show starts.
Y'all go ahead if I'm a bartender.
Damn. Yeah, like that was insulting or something.
I mean, wasn't she the original bartender?
She was.
Break that over with me.
Look how mad she got. Look how mad she got. No, you
I
didn't.
got you.
You got
I
mad.
got you.
You got mad. She got mad last time.
You
Remember?
gonna drink
Didn't
now.
she? Didn't she? She got mad last time.
Got you. So what? Same stuff you always do.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be the one pouring this shit. Tuh. She will spit on that
You want
thing.
some more ice, don't y'all?
Yes, ma'am.
There's a easier part right there.
That's pretty good right there.
It's not bad.
Domino's trying to come up with something. Too bad y'all don't have a Papa John's around here.
I agree. I agree. Dude, this good made my dogs go nuts. My dogs are terrible. You know who they are.
They're quiet though.
Oh, I know it.
It's because they're big.
That's all they're gonna do is stand there and look. Sammy, his big old ass. I can't even see his eyes, just his nose. Bubba with his glassy eyes because he's going blind. But he knows where the pizza's at.
He can smell it.
And Smalls just looked at you with that expectant face like, what, dude? I know I'm noisy, but you should still give me shit. That's what you're thinking, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
Good. Sam, what do you want? You better say it. Say it. Say it. What? What? Okay, okay. That was pathetic, but okay. We'll help you out.
There we go.
What is it? Say it. Say it. Sam, say it. Say it. God, I love that dog. I love that dog. Ouch, you little shit. Bubba, come here. Smalls is the worst. He's trying to bite my finger off.
Bill was there tonight. Bill
Bill
Superstar
Dundee
he
was
was
there.
there tonight.
We actually took a picture of Bill Dundee tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed in really good spirits all night.
Yeah.
And he's getting along pretty well. He said, what did he say? Old school, right, brother?
Yeah.
Just like it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. That was fun. That was awesome. We had I got tickled at Motley, I ain't gonna lie.
And who?
Motley.
Motley?
He came back here and said, my midget was drunk. I was like, oh my lord.
Well, they
that's
had beer back
great.
here in the back.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the midget came out, he was standing right beside me at a Budweiser in his hand.
They had Budweiser and Bud Light.
Haha.
He's like,
Grab it, boy. Grab it.
grab your shit. Just don't knock the stuff over.
The good news is if you do, we can pick it right back
Look at here. He's been going up to the end of the road there. What kind of pizza is that?
up. That Hunt Brothers?
No, this is different. It's like the New York pizza, the Sabi or something.
Oh shit.
Did you do spill it?
All right. I have a ghost in our house, right?
Gonna put that right
Let's
on top
open
of
this over here.
And as a ghost in our house, does our ghost eat pizza? If so, what flavors are Ghost like? Because we have two different types here.
I guess he likes it all.
Maybe you
Meatloaf.
should ask the Ghost and let them tell
Hold
you.
on.
I mean, the pizza got here and then this thing opened on its own.
They will do it. Oh, spirit of the unknown, that everybody doesn't have a clue what the hell I'm talking about.
I don't.
Do you prefer pepperoni pizza? Not once for yes. Or do you like Supreme? All right, our Ghost prefers Supreme.
I'm gonna set this over here for the
I wasn't
Ghost.
finished, but okay.
I'm
gonna
sorry,
set over
did
here
you
for
want
the-
pepperoni?
I'm gonna set it over
mean,
here
did
for
you
the
want
Ghost.
Supreme?
You think the Ghost will take it?
Here.
I think the Ghost will take it because we got poltergeist. And they're the ones that are physical.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
set it
think
right
so.
there.
We'll see.
I'm gonna set it
We'll see
right
what
there and
happens
see if
with all
it
this.
disappears.
That's right, because it could. It could
It
happen.
could disappear.
You never know.
You never know.
You know. It's amazing. Saw a Russian wrestler who didn't pull his punch. It pissed off the newbie, and he commits to beat the crap out of the veteran. The following week, he got a name and billing. That happens every now and then. So here's a problem. Problem is that was hot.
Do you need a napkin?
Mm-hmm. I think the burnt top of that pizza overcooked it. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, how many times we see guys going to call themselves shooters or whatever,
Yeah,
and yet
they can't fight.
they can't fight. And what they do is the guy who they're shooting on doesn't know it's what's about to happen to him, right?
Right.
So all of a sudden they're just taking advantage of the guy. They're really not shooting
Right.
as much as taking advantage of some guy who still thinks that they're doing the work. And then here we go.
Yeah. It shoots where two guys are fighting.
Yep. Not one guy taking advantage of the other guy's ignorance of
that's
what's
just
about to
you know,
happen.
yeah. Or it's two guys where one guy tries to do something to the other one, but the other one comes back. That's shooting.
I remember when Colton and Raja, every time they ran into each other, when he was outside, they would go back and forth.
Who?
Colton and Raja.
Colton Anderson?
No,
Colton.
Colton, my brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Whenever he would see Raja outside, they'd go back and forth.
Oh, really?
Because you can never understand what he was saying sometimes, so they would just
Oh.
add random nonsense. at
Oh,
each other.
really? Colton Wood?
Well, I really appreciated what they did tonight, though. That was cool. They certainly didn't have to do it.
It was more of a someone trying to show respect for the people that
Yeah.
came before them.
Well, exactly. And I thought that was the coolest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they went into their pocketbook a little bit on this event tonight. And then there'll be other people who will give them grief about it and all that other garbage. You know that's going to be a thing.
Yeah. It's not a real Hall of Fame. Well, how did Hall of Fame start?
Yeah.
They got to start somewhere.
And Hall of Fame is simply whoever does it is something about somebody appreciating somebody else and going, these are the people I appreciate.
I mean, the WWE doesn't have a real place where a Hall of Fame is at.
No, they don't.
All it is
They
is
should.
they should, but it's where they pass out plaques. They give the wrestlers plaques, and then they give them a ring that they walk around with. It's not in a building where you can go in and see who's been inducted into the Hall of Fame. I mean, how many people know who all's been inducted into the Hall of Fame? Not a lot. You don't know. You just know each year from what's been recorded on WrestleMania from when they was doing the Hall of Fames. So
But you
It
think
starts
with
somewhere.
all that stuff that they wouldn't do it, have all those like they would get the keepsakes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had the show about it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
Even
the
though-
one where they're going around trying to
even
get
though
like.
most of it was staged, it was still pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got the ability to do it.
Yeah, because they got a building that they're keeping all those keepsakes
Yeah.
in now.
I think it'd be cool for them to do a mobile
Hall of Fame, where when they go to each WrestleMania.
Or not even that, just all the big PVEs every month.
Mm-hmm.
That goes with them to the big PVE. Let the fans come in there that day early, and then come walk through the Hall of Fame. If you want to charge for whatever you want to do, but I think it'd be great. Then you could legit say we do have a Hall of Fame, and this is what we do
Yeah.
in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, there's these independent companies, independent wrestling organizations. They have Hall of Fames. You know,
Yep.
it starts out somewhere. You know, it's got to start somewhere. Well, what does it say right there? It says Indy Tri-State Wrestling presents 2025 Hall of Fame Brody Hawk. See, it's starting somewhere. Saying Tri-State.
So at XOW, that we have fans there. Henry, his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Remember they would do that every year. They would give out awards. These are people who were so poor, it was ridiculous. But every year, they would do these awards and give them out, which was so cool. I still got a couple of my awards that they gave out all those years ago. But it was really cool that they would do that. They didn't have to do it. Lord knows they didn't have the money to do it, but they still did it for us.
Well, it's like Jimmy Blaylock with his Wrestling News Center awards that he started. You know,
Yeah.
he
Where
let
is
people. Wrestling News Center. It was big at one time, but
One time it was a huge deal.
yeah, that's because it was on MySpace, and MySpace wasn't like Facebook. Facebook they can't seem to get it going on there for some reason. But MySpace, he had chat rooms. He had the
He had all kinds of
he
stuff.
had the chat room where you can go into the chat room, and people would just be talking shit about everybody, you know. And it would get personal,
You could have fun.
get really personal, you know, on there. And it was sometimes it would be pretty bad, but yeah, because we
It'll
got
get personal because guys don't know how to work. That part of the business.
right. They don't understand. They don't understand the difference between being personal and trying to work it
Right.
to where it seems like it's that way. I know two guys that acted like they hated each other for years, but they were really friends behind that they didn't even tell nobody.
Yep.
Right.
That's why you got to do it though. Because you never can tell when an opportunity is going to arise. We can use that. Wait a minute. But what do I know? I'm just a Hall of Famer.
I got in trouble one time for saying, hey, "You know how they are." You know how they are.
Yeah.
And what I was meaning is that you know how they are. They'll do something unexpected.
Right.
It wasn't that they were being mean. It's just you know how they are. It's kind of like what we are.
Yeah.
You don't know what we're gonna do. We
Yeah,
would
like
do
you
we
were.
do shit
You
on
two's in. Thanks for tuning in for a while, buddy.
we will do just off the wall shit at the spur of the moment.
Yeah.
And that's what I was meaning when I
That
said.
ain't how they took it.
But that ain't how they took it.
Right.
Somebody got their hair cut, and I was like, calm down, you know how they are, you know. And the other two took it like, you know how they are. Well, how are they? You know, I was like,
Like, calm down.
calm down, man. I didn't mean it no certain way.
We do stuff all the time.
It was just them they were ribbing us, motherfuckers.
Back at
Oh, he
XOW,
said the F
it happened a lot, dude.
Huh?
You just said the F word.
It don't matter.
It was under my breath.
Yeah. You
Nobody
take a
heard
very
it.
loud breath.
I didn't say it very loud.
Exactly.
Now back in XOW, we did that a lot.
Yeah, we did a lot of ribbon.
There
back
was
then.
a lot going on.
A
in
lot of
XOW.
ribbon. We had a good time at Expo. My XOW was pretty much what started the locker rooms to the way they are now, to where everybody gets along.
Yeah.
Before that,
And
you
they were all
didn't.
divisive.
I was like, you're either gonna get along or you're not gonna be here. You know, if you didn't get along with the guys, I didn't book you.
And it's also and that was kind of the thing too. Like he would book guys who he knew how they were. I mean, in that aspect, like I know I can count on this guy. I know what their personalities are. I'm good with this.
It's the way I always book. My locker rooms have always been good.
Is your drink okay?
It's great. Yep. I mean, I'm the one that booked the Bluff City locker room
Yeah.
I know.
from the get go. You know. But if you couldn't get along, you couldn't be there.
Which makes sense. Some guys just love drama though.
Yeah. And that's how that's how they are.
But all I'm interested in is entertaining. Just let me go entertain. That's all I want to do.
I just want to show up now, mister, and do my job.
That's right.
Sit back there in my chair,
Right.
tilt my hat down, go to sleep, or look like I'm going to sleep, so I can sit there and listen to everybody talk their shit. Be unsettling.
That's right.
I want to come in and be unsettling. I'm unsettling.
He's unsettling. Now,
Now,
they expect a certain Brody Hawk.
Yeah, they
And then when you go
expect-
give it to them, they're like, "What's going on? What's happening to this dude?" Which I just think is funny. Which I think is funny. Well, the MCW is my first time at MIW. I'm sorry.
What?
MCW.
MCW. Anyway, my first night MIW. Those guys are going out there doing their match for everybody out there in the front of the building.
Yeah.
He comes in there and rips them a new one, right? And I'm laughing my ass off. Like,
He's
this is great. And everybody else is over here, I'm like, this is the Brody I know. And everybody else just got this look on their face like, oh, we fucked up. And I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah, he was like, that's the Brody I know right
I'm
there.
like, that's the Brody I know.
That's where's he been?
Yeah. And then people are like, what? I'm like, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what he was trying to get me to do at
Redeemed.
Redeem, which I did it a few
You did.
times.
You did good. I was proud of you.
I didn't want Ron to fire me.
But you should have seen the look on their faces. It was so good. Like, all right, next show we got Brody Hawk coming in, so he's gonna start coming in here. He's gonna teach you guys some stuff, especially you young guys. And all they'd ever heard was rumors, and they weren't good rumors. And Ron was laughing because we upset the dude. This is gonna be fun, and I thought it's gonna be great. This is what these candy asses need. This is gonna be so much fun. And they're just all,
My first night was eventful.
yeah. Oh, Grumpy Puss walks to the door, right? And everybody's like, oh shit. And then I was over shaking his hand, giving him a hug, and all that other stuff. Grumpy. Old resting Brody face just comes walking through the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna have my. I don't know nobody there. So I got a reputation, and
Just wanna make sure he maintains it.
I'm gonna give it to him.
And he did, right? And everybody's just like that deer in the headlights look. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Even the referees were.
Oh God, the referees.
They were like, "Oh my
I was
God."
like, what is happening right now? And then of course, the very first night. Very first
He
night.
tells me, "Go out there and go out there, be you,
Be you, buddy.
be you, buddy. You do your thing."
And he did. He beat that kid nearly to death. That just solidified everything. That was hilarious.
It wasn't my fault though. It wasn't.
It wasn't his fault.
It wasn't my fault.
He just taught a lesson.
The kid needed a lesson, and I taught it to
And he
him.
got taught.
You're gonna sell my chair shots.
And then everybody thought I was crazy for bringing him in, and I just like, do your stuff.
I don't know why I don't remember how we were doing.
I was walking back. He was sitting at the announce table, right? Sitting at the announce table. He's got this laughing grin on his face, right?
Sure did.
And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's like, no,
No,
it's good.
That's great.
It's like,
So good.
and I was thinking to myself, I ain't got fired the first
Oh
night
no,
here.
being right talked the next day. He's like, that was awesome. And I'm like, you gotta learn it, dude. I'm like, that because they're gonna listen to us so much. I need somebody in here who can do that, and I don't have to worry about because it can't be me or you. With what we're doing with the mission, I said it can't be either one of us. All right? But if I bring somebody in here
This
who has
gonna-
no stake in this thing, you can do it just fine. And Brody's the guy to do it.
I was getting their ass, boy.
He would.
I was sitting there on the steps. This was the night when they was doing that. When he come up with that great idea of the fans pick the match.
It was, by the way, it was a great idea and would have worked if
Yeah.
we didn't have a bunch of green guys. Mm-hmm. If we went with the green guys, it would have been great. Because it really is a great idea. Get
It
the
is
fans
great.
involved. But you have to have workers who can work. That's the only problem with it.
But
You
the
really have
thing,
to have wrestlers who know what they're doing.
but the reason why you were doing it was to try to get those green
I was
horns.
trying to get them to that point. Show them what they didn't know.
But anyways,
Boy, did it show it.
he had a battle royal,
Yeah, I did.
and these idiots
Oh my God.
are back there going over what kind of spots they're gonna do in the battle royal. And I'm sitting there laughing. I said, y'all got to be the dumbest bunch of group of people I've ever come across.
Oh yeah.
I said, you
Like
don't,
what? What do you mean? What are you saying?
you don't do that. Hell, you're not even supposed to be taking bumps like that in a battle royal.
Well, that's how you get hurt. And then
Yeah.
you hurt other people in the battle royal.
I went on. They had 5 or 6 people doing something to where I was like, man. I got up and walked up top. I said, y'all are stupid. Y'all are stupid and somebody's going to get hurt. And you know what? I'm going to go up there, sit down and watch y'all go out there and just do your cluster. But that ain't how I said it.
Yeah.
I tried to stay politically correct.
He tried. We were in the house of the Lord,
Yes, I tried. And I tried not to say a whole lot.
but it was funny.
But when
How'd
they,
the battle royal go?
oh, it sucked.
It's
It sucked.
it sucked for a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons. Same thing. Everything else sucks too. You got too many guys who are half-ass trained, don't know what they're doing, and won't listen. Mm-hmm. And this is a problem. That's, matter of fact, it's one thing you said to Bill about listening, right? Sit down and listen.
Mm-hmm.
Old school. That's old school.
Right there.
But there you go. They don't listen to it because everybody thinks they know. Right? They all think they know stuff. Because I saw it on TV. I'm like, what did you see on TV?
Well, do you remember Omega?
Uh-huh.
Remember Omega? He would watch Monday Night Raw, and they'd come in Friday nights there in Corinth, and then have the same matches that The Rock would have.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that? Everybody would be talking about that. He just, every time he watches The Rock, he's got to do the whole Rock. I mean, he would do the whole, it's like he wrote it down. And he'd come in that Monday night, that Friday night, and he would do the whole thing.
God.
So when you go, that's the thing about independent wrestling. Independent wrestling is nothing like WWE.
No, my God, no.
WWE is a soap opera that's got a bunch of story writers writing the stories. Where
It's a
independent,
weekly show, buddy.
yeah, and independence is it's more realism in independence than it is.
It's more, in Indies, it's more of a sport-based deal.
Yeah, yeah. You can't go out there and do what they do.
No. It's not the same. It never happens the same. But God, the people who go out there and just try and screw it up was astronomical. They all want it, and that's some of the stuff still goes on. I still want to try to do all that.
Yeah, Jim Cornette said something about them going out there doing those damn monkey spots. All that high flying crap.
You talked about that.
Yeah, it's because it's dumb.
It's dumb.
There's a place for doing high-flying stuff.
You can.
And there's nothing wrong with doing it.
Okay, so it's like when I jumped off the top rope onto the floor. When I climbed up and he taught me into doing that.
Peer pressure's awesome.
And anyways, there was a reason for it. You know?
Yeah.
It wasn't something that I do all the time. These guys here, they'll do that all the time because they think that's, them coming and running and springboarding out to the floor on the people. They think that is just awesome shit. But you see people get hurt all the time doing that stuff. You know? That's like them trying to do them damn moonsaults off the top rope.
Huh?
Moonsaults.
What
Oh,
the
yeah.
hell is that?
It's where you standing this way looking out, Sam said on top rope, looking out at the crowd, and I flip straight over backwards and land on my belly.
But they try to do it onto the floor.
Yeah.
And some of them have done it to where they're too close to the ring post
And boom.
and break their necks doing that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Did you see that one? Did you see the one where I sent you where
I
he
did.
on the trash can?
well,
Man, he had to have been hurt.
he had to have been.
What was it?
He tried to, was it a pile driver or what was it he tried to do? Because you sent me one that was that.
Yeah, it was like a
He
power
dropped it
drive.
on the back of his neck.
It was like one of those Canadian destroyers or
Yeah.
something other like
I
that.
don't know, it's wild.
Something like that.
But it's,
But he landed on his head and neck.
this sport is dangerous. Wrestling is dangerous, right? Like
It is.
all it takes is one miscalculation and you're paralyzed or dead. That's the truth.
Like who's the one that died from the rafters?
Well, that was Owen Hart. That was because of the
That was
rigging on
the
that.
rigging. That had
But
nothing
I'm
to do-
talking about just from inside the squared circle in a move that's gone wrong.
Yeah.
Hit, or you put just it could be a move you've done 1,000 times, and you're having an
Well,
issue,
it's like-
and then one night it's just off.
That's like when Psycho
Indeed.
fell through the ropes
Yeah,
that night,
yeah.
that day,
He's done it 1,000,000 times.
and
He
he
didn't have the
just
shoulder high enough.
he
The
just
arm high
well
enough.
he went to hit the ropes too soon,
Yeah, leaned into him too soon.
Moving too because he kind of tripped a little bit, and then he went through and he landed on the back of his head and neck with all that weight.
Or you could be like Brody and try to jump all onto an oak table. Let your hubris get to you. Think it's gonna break.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Psycho again being involved in this episode. Dude, it was the I think
But
about that sometimes.
but the picture that was taken of me flying like Superman looks good.
It
Yeah,
does.
you crashing like the greatest American hero. I mean, that's a
His looked good,
completely
too.
different thing.
Dude, when I hit Psycho, it looked like a cartoon. Boom, bam.
So quick. So quick. The sickening thud
of my head hitting the concrete.
My
Yes.
God, that was crazy.
Ooh.
I had a concussion for like 3 months, I think.
Oh, he was done. I mean,
He came over there.
it was
and
scary.
He says, "Are you all right?" I said,
Oh, you all right?
"I am, but just let me lay here. Just let me lay here.
I told Raven like he's fucked up. I'm like, this is trouble, buddy.
Just let me lay here.
Hey, Brianna.
I'm all right, but just let me lay here."
I was like, this is gonna be a problem right here.
And I did. I had a concussion for like 3 months
Yeah.
from that.
But all night long, he kept talking about how he's going through this table. Because we'd been doing all this crazy spots and stuff and going through tables. Well, he built him a table, by God.
You built it.
I built the
He
table.
built this table.
I built the table
And he was
for
proud of it.
them not to be able to go
Yeah.
through. But I just knew with Psycho's weight and my weight coming down off the top rope that it would break.
So how big was Psycho?
Psycho's like bigger than both of us.
Like 400
As
something
far
pounds.
as around
Yeah.
goes. He was,
Was he the same height as y'all or
Yeah.
shorter?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
about
he's-
Brody's height.
But
Damn.
Psycho's
just-
big boy.
I just knew it was going
I
to
don't
break.
think I've ever seen a picture of him.
But here's
I'll
the
show you a
problem.
picture of him.
When your belly's extended up in the heel.
Oh, he tightened up his belly muscles.
Oh, my
And when
God.
he
Shit.
did, oh, I bounced like a damn
I
basketball.
mean, and that table didn't budge.
I built a good table.
He built a good table. That table did not budge.
budge.
That table like they killed his ass. I mean,
Damn.
just straight up like they killed him when he hit. I was like, oh my God. Because we were all watching. We had a monitor in the back. We had a little bit monitor set up back there in the back.
Well, you were in the match.
I was in the match. But, so I got a bird's eye view. I was, holy crap, man.
Damn.
Oh.
Yeah, when I hit him, boom, boom. I mean the not only did I have a concussion, I had whiplash because it was just so fast.
I mean, it really
Is
is
there
like
video
a
anywhere?
somewhere.
Somewhere.
It's like a magic trick. I mean, it really is like how magicians they disappear. It was like that. Like we were talking about in Coldwater when I first got started. Reggie B was working on a show with us in Coldwater. Right, V-Man was there, a bunch of guys were there, and Reggie was running the ropes. And we were taught and trained to run the ropes a certain way. There's a certain way you run them in case something like what happened to Reggie happens. Reggie was not running the ropes the way we were trained to run ropes. And he hit that top rope, and that sucker broke. It broke, and the middle one broke too, all because of his weight going down. But it happened so fast, it looked like somebody just turned out the lights. I mean, that's how fast it was.
Damn.
He was there, and then he just wasn't.
Right.
And you heard that sickening thud when the back of his head hit concrete and landed on top of his shoulders. And back. He was lucky. Severely lucky he wasn't dead. I mean, because it was wild. That was crazy. I'd never seen anything like it. It was.
See,
it
people
was-
don't understand that. We're trained on how to hit those ropes
Right.
in case the ropes break.
But you can
Yeah.
get lazy,
Yep.
and you can think, oh well, you know what? Because everybody gets that feeling at some point that they're bulletproof. Like it's not gonna happen to me. And just when you start thinking that, is when it usually happens. And it sure happened. It was like, oh my God, that was tough. And you never know when the ropes are gonna break. You don't know what's happening underneath that, all that tubing and
Yeah, because
tape and all
you
that.
got to think
garbage.
about it. You know, you've got how many matches before you, and then how many matches, 2 weeks ago that were on that. You know, I mean, it's just not.
What size people were hitting those ropes? What did they do to them? What is lurking?
Did
under
you?
those
Did you?
nonsense?
How tight has the ropes been made to where
Yeah.
something's going to break?
Because you don't know.
So what does it look like underneath the tape?
It's cable,
It's a cable.
steel cable.
It's a steel cable that's like some of it's like a 1/2 inch thick
Yeah.
cable, and
And it's
some
generally-
some companies still use the ropes,
Some use the ropes.
and that's
And they
3/4
shrink
rope.
wrap it, yeah.
And so I think WWE still uses a rope.
They do. They shrink wrap the ropes.
Yeah. So, but a lot of times people use the cable with a water hose
Oh, that's
wrapped
nice.
with tape.
Yeah.
And that's the way it was back then.
The problem is that if your cable is too small, Like it rattles around inside of that water hose, and that hurts so bad
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I bet
when you
it
hit
does.
it.
Oh, it
I
does.
mean, hitting
That's
the
when
ropes
you
hard
see
sucks
when you
anyway.
see it sometimes with those marks on our back.
It's generally from the road.
That's generally from the ropes. That's from you hitting the ropes, and the ropes not being right.
Yeah.
Because if the ropes are right, you're not going to get those marks.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But it's
So what is the worst injury you've ever had?
Huh?
So what's the worst injury you've ever had?
I jumped off. I was in Malden, Missouri. I was in a Texas death match. It was Texas death match is a 2 out of 3 falls. I want to say Psycho was involved in that one too.
that would not be surprising.
My brother was on the outside of the ring, Cody, and they were fighting, and I was standing on the apron, and I went to jump off to the floor, and about the time I jumped, somebody slid a chair over there,
Oh.
and so I was trying to miss the chair, and I kind of threw my weight over, and when I came down, I landed on my right leg, and I tore all the shit in my knee because one you know how you got your bottom part of your leg and your top part, well the bottom part went this way and the top part went that way, but luckily
I can see the X-ray of that now.
I taped my knees before I would go out. I always taped them with ace bandaged. You know, I put them on there really tight. Then I had all this other stuff on them, and luckily I had that on there because if I hadn't had that on there, it would have been over with. But I reached down and popped the shit back in place. You know how we are. We just the adrenaline's
Try
going.
to get and go.
Your
Well, you
adrenaline,
gotta-
your adrenaline's going, so you reach down there and you pop it back because it's like, oh no, you know. And so I popped it back in, and I finished the.
Like you with your broken rib, picking Mick up.
Yeah, but he did that right at the. That was right at the go home. This was at the very first match.
So heck, keep
Oh,
going.
This was the very first match of the Texas Death Match, which was the. You know, we had two more
Oh, shit.
matches to go, so I ended up finishing the match. Actually, I was the one that was at the end that got that lost, but it was the way I lost. But when I was driving, and now that's my right leg, so that's the gas pedal leg. So I'm the one driving home, and by the time the show was over, my knee had done swelled like twice the size.
I'm sure.
And so I went home and iced it up and stayed off of it for the week and continued wrestling, and it was December the 7th. We were in Independence, and I jumped out of the ring, just normal stuff, just like the ring. We had done an interview in the ring, and I jumped out. And when I jumped out, I hit the floor. It wasn't anything. I wasn't wrestling.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything big. But when I jumped out, and then my knee hung. It hung, and I couldn't straighten it out. And so then so the very next day, I went to the doctor, and they did all that stuff, and then I was scheduled to have surgery December 26th. My grandfather died on December the 25th that
Jeez.
night,
Oh no.
and so I had to go do that. And I had just had surgery, and went to the viewing. It was coming back when Joe Fargo and Leslie Jones called me about them wanting to split us up, and I was high because I was on. God, what was those? They don't even do them anymore, really. It was starts with a V.
Vicodin.
Vicodin and something else, and I had taken 2 of those together, and I wasn't feeling no pain.
Hell no.
And so, I was sitting in the back of Suburban, and I was talking to them on the phone. I was like, I'm not doing it. Y'all done lost your ever-loving mind. I'm not doing it. We're not doing it. We're just now getting started, and we're not doing it. You're not splitting us up just because you want the angels of death, Leslie. I don't give a shit if you ain't like me from day one. I don't care. Joe Fargo, you can kiss my ass.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
I know I've probably asked you before. I just don't remember what was your worst injury.
The worst injury was was on at the New Daisy.
When he broke
Jump
his
off
ankle.
top rope when I tore all the ligaments in my ankle. That was the worst one. I mean, 'cause that was the one that really kept me out. I mean, I tore my calf in a simple lockup in Independence, stepping backwards, and had 2 matches to wrestle. Had that match, and I had to come back and wrestle in a 6-man tag. After that, with my calf torn, and then, I mean, it's just they're all different. But if you were talking about the worst that kept me out, that's the only one that really kept me out was the torn ankle.
How long did that take you?
Took me 6 months.
Damn.
I say, and but when I had the MRI for that one, they said it was just the cartilage. But when I was in EPW, I had Soul Taker in the corner, and we were going back and forth, and I went to he hit me, and I went to go down, but that mat has that big thick stuff under it, so it's kind of like real spongy, and your feet get hung.
Awful.
Right, so my foot got hung, and it stayed there when I went down, and I felt this pop, and that's when I tore my ACL and all the ligaments in my ankle. See, that's the thing about it. I didn't just tear my ACL that day. I tore all the ligaments in my ankle too.
So you had no support.
Right. So I ended up being out for 9 months from the ACL surgery. And the
So did you
ligament,
have to have your ankle done too?
no, it just healed.
Healed on its own?
It just healed.
Now, I will say the one that was most painful for the longest was the one I had before, right when I went out with the boot.
Mm-hmm.
When we were tagging
When
in
you-
Bluff.
Yeah.
With that injury right there to my ankle, or whatever part. Yeah, it was my foot, wasn't it? It was my foot.
No, it was your leg.
Was it my leg?
Yeah, it was your leg because you had that big.
It was your ankle.
It was my ankle. 'Cause
It
it
was
had the
your
big
ankle
boot
because
on
I've
there.
got pictures of it.
Yeah, but that was the.
Well, it went all the way up my leg.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
Bruising
knot.
went all the way up. I mean, it swelled the whole leg up.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
had
but
this
it was
huge,
ankle.
huge
Because that
knot.
happened at
That was the one I
Pontotoc,
did.
wasn't
Yeah, it happened to Pontotoc.
And I
Yeah,
got
because
pictures.
I wasn't there when it happened.
Because of that shit ring.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. I didn't know it
Happened
was
at
injured
OWO.
until we got home. And all of a sudden, I tried to get out of the car and walk, and there was excruciating pain. And when I took my boot off, it was like,
It was
I
horrible.
mean, literally.
it was
was like
black and blue.
Nah,
That one hurt for a while. I mean, every time we get in the ring and stuff, I mean, like, this something just never gonna heal.
well, hell, we did.
Took forever for that
We
rib to
did. We
heal,
had that
too.
whole
We
match.
took no time off, really, though.
You didn't take no time
I
off.
didn't take any time off of that.
He hasn't took any time off for any of his injuries.
No, I have not.
Even for the rib injury, he didn't take no time off. Really,
Just worked around it.
just worked around it.
God,
We have worked
that
around.
fucker hurt now.
We've worked
Yeah,
around.
but it was also it hurt you so bad because of the way it fractured too. It fractured
Yeah.
horizontally instead of this way on a rib. It fractured this way.
Every time I
that-
breathed, that hurt.
Oh, it was bad.
That was.
You could see
was-
that on the video.
Yeah. I watched it the other day. It popped up on my memories.
Well, the picture of the injury the day after when we took you to the hospital.
You still got that?
Yeah.
Picture of them?
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of
Oh, it was.
Because I wasn't going to go to the hospital, but that
Oh,
hurt
he
so
had
bad.
to.
The next day, I was like, I might
I
have
was
some
afraid he
internal
had
damage. I thought
internal-
that's what I thought. I
Might
might
have-
have,
It's gonna
Punched
take me a
your
minute
lung.
to find it.
because I couldn't, when it happened, I could not fucking breathe. I really thought I punctured my lung.
Dude, that I had gallbladder surgery and still had the staples, and I was still out at ringside with
Yeah.
Cody. That's just how stupid we are.
We are ignorant. There's no question.
You know, we was just
The
stupid.
dumb shit we do
Yeah,
for this stupid business makes
Yeah.
no sense.
yeah,
Like normal people don't do that.
yeah.
Like, normal people do not do that.
That's why I tell people if you can't take a body slam on the concrete,
Yeah.
you ain't got the heart for it.
No, you don't.
So you
can't do it.
so you just you need to stay out.
Yeah, you
just
need
this
to be away from
some things you ain't you think you want to do it, but then you know
So This guy been bugging me for months about coming out here and training. I want to train. All right. So finally, when we had the ring out in Arkham Butler, I'm like, all right, well, come on out. If you want to, come on out and we'll see. Dude, his ass was so beat up and so fucking sore. Nope. I don't think this is something I can do. Like I can guarantee. Never even bothered with it. Messed my heel up. But that dang broken rib. I'm like, oh, okay. But I'll rehab all my shit. I don't sit there and play around with mine though.
Drunk as hell.
As soon as I'm doing something, I get injured, it's time to rehab. A lot of these people don't. I'm like, it ain't.
Well, I was rehabbing my knee from the ACL surgery, and that's when my ex-wife got diagnosed with MS.
Yeah. But
So then I had to quit.
But an ACL, trying to do an ACL, that's so difficult.
But Tommy Knox is a physical therapist, right? So he told me when I got through he says they tell you not to move it, but he said the quicker you start moving it, the better the
Yeah, because you build up scar tissue and everything else in that, wherever that injury is at, and it just gets stiffened. Right? They messed up my right quad because of my knee surgery over there. They kept me off of doing anything for so long that it atrophied.
Did you
So my
what kind of knee
is an
surgery?
inch smaller. My right leg is an inch smaller than my left. It was a simple scope.
Oh really?
Simple scope.
I,
And they started me back pretty quick as far as rehab goes.
Yeah, normally.
But my leg would not respond to atrophy. It was crazy.
I could have gotten, they take a muscle when they do the ACL. They'll take something out of your quad, I think it
Yeah.
is. Instead of doing that, I got the because they said you heal faster. I got the cadaver, so I got a cadaver.
Oh, you got somebody in you.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Well, I'm
Be
just saying.
thankful for him.
Yeah, I am because it helped me heal faster.
Oh, no doubt. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all tuning in to After Dark tonight. And we'll be back here again, I'm sure, probably in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
We'll be on the road here the next 2 weekends.
we might do it next Friday or something, but
Yeah, if we can, we'll let y'all know for
we'll
sure.
let you know. But we're going to Missouri. Well, no, we're going to O'Brien.
Saturday.
I still don't know how
Tennessee.
you pronounce it.
Oh, bye.
O'Brien,
O'Brien?
yeah. And that's next Saturday, and then we're going to
Cooter.
Cooter, Missouri the
Gotta
next.
go Cooter.